369's taking down the inhibitor in the mid lane, and Top Esports are still being able to claim a whole lot of money and avenues towards this Nexus.
I mean, they're just too fast is the thing. Team Liquid, they're trying to set up a flank onto Jackie Love, but Top Esports is already reading the play. The TP comes through, but I think the TPs are a little bit too late because Core JJ is already down. The AD carry is quick to follow, and now the rest of the team joins. But look on the other side, Impact's like he's just getting obliterated by both Cream and 369. So I would argue that the reality is that TL have the right idea, and they're setting up to try and create these opportunities. Unfortunately, Top Esports is reading it, and they're just shutting it down before it can really gain any traction. And look at Kanavi, a 9-0-4 scoreline.
Yeah.
He and 369, I think, have been so instrumental in transitioning their early game lead into a strong mid-game performance, and now they're just decimating Team Liquid in the fights.
And I want to go back to something that you were talking about earlier on, and that is the Aurora Vi situation. The best way, it seems to me, from watching this game, is to make it not about Aurora Vi, you just make it about Vi Rumble instead.
Oh yeah.
And that seems to have worked very, very well. As speaking of Aurora, she's going to be in a fair bit of trouble. Looks like Cream is just going to be taken down. The Equalizer going to be stood on. Umpty takes half of his health bar, but now they're going to turn it on to 369 as best they can, and he just gets melted by the Flame Spitter. Core JJ now running for the hills. Yon is also at about 300 health as APA cannot avoid the gigantic fist of Kanavi. And TL, with just their bottom lane remaining, I don't think they're going to be able to defend as these Nexus turrets go down. The door is given, not even a true shot barrage, able to sail over as a grand entrance coming on through. But TL, I think they know that this one is done and dusted. And I think they're happy that 369 cannot play Rumble again in this series. This guy has looked so good. Top Esports really bouncing back from a difficult day one as they take in.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Incredible, and very low key. Like, look at the scoreline.
Secret
James
agent.
Bond, yeah, it's a James Bond-esque type play here. But yeah, the Pop Blossoms have been fantastic. Just the fact that he picked the Nico as well to really mess with the draft on TL's side also makes things difficult. As Cream, with a Fate's Call available, nowhere near anyone. But not going to be able to use that one in time. Rest of TL. I mean, they're okay for now. The problem is that Top Esports aren't letting them anywhere near any quadrant of their jungle at all. And Umpty just forced to move back. And inside your fountain, there's just not a whole lot of money to gather. Not a whole lot of objectives you can contest. And Kanavi going to throw the Herald through. That is going to be Jackie Love, locked down by Core JJ, but unfortunately there is no follow-up, there is no nothing, there is no turret left in this mid lane either. And TL, I mean, they just lose a bunch of health bars and just have to give everything up.
They're out of options, they're out of time, their base is crumbling, and the CC was really nice from Core JJ, locking down Jackie Love, but there's just no follow-up. They're so far behind at this point. Even if Top Esports make mistakes, they have so much breathing room for error that it's going to be, they're going to require Top Esports to make a number of mistakes. And even, like, it wasn't even a mistake.
Yeah.
They still got the inhibitor. They don't lose any members. And Team Liquid are now doing what they can to do some damage control, try and get some farm back out on the map ahead of the Baron, which is likely going to be the next objective for Top Esports.
Yeah, feels like a pick is 100% necessary. Core JJ understanding that completely as he looks to Hex Flash his way forward and collect whatever he can. These clones being thrown out whenever they want as well just gives Crisp a whole lot of control of this area. But TL with information, and if they give up this Baron, it's likely the end of the game, so you may as well just look for anything you can. Crisp off to the side. This Pop Blossom could be really scary as that's a stolen depth charge thrown towards the Kalista. They try and block 369. It is kind of working beyond. He's actually going to use the passive to get towards him. Piercing arrow not quite long enough. They take down one, but is it going to be enough? And I think the answer, unfortunately, NA fans, is not going to be anything, as Cream is able to clean things up and the rest of TES going to move forward. It's not a clean ace this time around, but that is the only thing he can be happy about, as Yon underneath this inhibitor turret going to get flashed on by Cream. And TES, they can take themselves a Baron, and they could also just choose to end the game.
It looks like they're going to make this series a 2-0, a quick day overall. Atlas as Top Esports get a nice bounce back after their loss yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. This is going to be Nexus Turret 1 focused, and Top Esports, this is exactly that bounce back that we were looking for, because some people were saying that HLE were looking like they weren't going to be contested, and Top Esports saying, no, we just had a bit of an off day, looking absolutely fantastic here up against TL, and we'll see whether that rematch does come on through as the Nexus 4